So, use of ARCs, and we are delivering.
Finally, we'll be going over our pros, our cons. Would we buy it again?
Big. I got a big head, so.
Thank
crazy.
you, Elon Musk.
Yeah. So alrighty, welcome back to another episode, guys.
Hello, guys.
So, use of ARCs, and we are delivering.
Finally.
Finally, yeah.
Finally doing a Starlink review.
Yeah, we have been asked a few times for this, and we've kind of put it off a bit, haven't we?
Yeah.
You know, life, enjoying
traveling.
the beach, yeah. So
anyway, so we're going to be going over a few topics. We're going to be going over our pros, our cons, a bit more information about Starlink that you need to know, and lastly, would we buy it again if we were to start over again?
yeah, but a lot of it's just from our experience. So
take it with a grain of salt, all right?
Other people might have different experiences, but we've looked up the main things for you, just so we don't get anything wrong.
Yeah, I've got a nice list on my phone because there is 101 topics to talk about.
That's
I reckon.
it.
So
Right, let's go.
So let's go straight into the cons.
Alrighty, so our first con we would say is the size.
Mammoth.
Yeah, it is a big dish. Like we don't have it anymore, but a small little Telstra Nighthawk to the dish. So it is a bit bigger. Sorry, there's flies
everywhere.
WA flies. Yeah, so it weighs 4.2 kilos just for the dish. Hard drive's a kilo, so you're looking at about 6 kilos.
And the cord.
It's a long cord.
Whatever it is.
Looking at about 6 kilos for the whole setup. So it is heavy compared to your other options out there.
And then the size of the dish as well.
Yeah, the size of the dish. What is it? It's like
51 centimeters by 30. So,
it's a decent dish.
It's a biggie.
So you do have to have somewhere to put it, obviously. So the size is definitely a con. Probably not for everyone, but it is definitely a con.
All right. This is it.
So it's pretty big. I got a big head, so it's a big dish.
That is the size.
Yeah.
51 by 30. Crazy.
There you go.
All right, so another con that actually hasn't affected us as of yet, thank you, but is that the weather can actually affect your signal. So storms, loads of cloud cover can affect it. We actually haven't had that yet. We've been in a couple of storms, but
it's been fine.
We've been fine.
So,
but
they do say it does affect it, so
yeah,
you probably can have troubles, and people probably do, but yeah, for us so far,
it's been fine.
That hasn't affected us. So,
fingers crossed.
Yeah. Alright, so another con is the 240 volt power. So from Starlink, it only comes with obviously 240 volt, which means you need to have an inverter to run it in the caravan. So people were, chopping leads and doing stuff to make it 12 volt. That didn't really interest us because it voids your warranty straight away. But recently, I think there is other companies that are actually making 12 volt adapters. I haven't looked much into it. I'd rather wait until Starlink brings something out.
Yeah.
We've got the inverter in there, so we'd rather use that for now. But yeah, hopefully there's something coming soon from actual Starlink.
We hope so, because that would be a much better.
Oh, it'd be so much better.
Oh, wireless.
Power usage. Hey, wireless would be good.
That would be good, wouldn't it?
We won't go there. Yeah, that'd be awesome. But then that's more power if it's wireless, I suppose. But yeah, so that's definitely a con, the power. Lead on from that, the power side of things. We did a quick test for you. We turned everything off in the van. I flicked the inverter on. We have a 2000 watt inverter, and then we turned the Starlink on just to show you. Leah will put it in here. You'll see it. What power it actually uses. It ended up coming. Obviously, anything you turn on straight away uses a bit more power until it settles. And we found it uses about inverter on, Starlink on. We were using 4 amps.
4 amps,
which is pretty good actually.
Yeah.
I actually haven't done this before, and I thought the inverter would use more power than that, just idling. But so 4 amps, but again, we still have to be careful.
We have to turn it off at night time.
Yeah, so we got 200 amps. We got 200 amps of lithium, which is a fair bit of lithium, but we don't have the most amount of solar on the roof, so we can't sit there all day with the internet on, unless we want to get the generator out or something. But can't get generator out everywhere, so we usually try and have it on in the morning. Lunch and then the arvo. So you just gotta, with your batteries, maybe your battery, you just gotta be mindful of how much time you spend on there, I suppose.
Yeah, turn it on when you need it, turn off when you don't.
That's exactly right.
Otherwise, you will literally run it dry. We've at the beginning of Starlink, when we didn't really know much about it, we killed the batteries, didn't we? Because we just kept it on all night, and we didn't really think about it too much. But it drained our batteries.
And we had 2 cloudy days, so we weren't getting much charge. Yeah, but
So yeah, you
power
can't run it on
usage.
24/7 unless you've got a crazy battery
wicked
system.
setup.
Yeah, so we can't.
Yeah, we can't run it
End
all
of.
the time. So
But yeah.
yeah, but 4 amps, I think that's pretty good, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there you go. 4 amps. People reckon they're getting less and more. So
Who knows?
we did a live test, and that's what we got. So hopefully that helps people that want to know how much power it uses.
All right, so a big con that most people know about is that you can't get signal when there's trees around. And it kind of differs, you know, if it's a massive forest and you're in a forest, yes, you're not going to get any, if any, signal, I don't reckon. We haven't had big problems with this. We've been in a couple of caravan parks so far with a few trees around, and we've sort of maneuvered. This is where the cord comes in handy. We've maneuvered the dish kind of maybe off our site a little bit, or on top of the car, or
we just
around
moved it
the
away.
trees.
The dish does move, obviously,
Yeah.
to find the best spot, but you know, it just helps when you can move the dish around a bit more instead of having it fixed somewhere.
Yeah. If you do have quite bad coverage and you're still getting internet, and you're using things like Zoom or watching videos, streaming videos, you will get a cutout. It won't, you know, it will drop out a little bit.
Yeah.
So
it does
in
tell
and
you
out.
on the app as well. So the Starlink app that's on your phone, when you get Starlink, it'll tell you like you'll have an obstruction every 2 minutes, say. So it will cut out. So it's fine if you're watching YouTube and Netflix and stuff, but yeah, like Lee said, on Zoom calls, it'll just cut out.
And you'll pause for a bit, and you're like, hang
and
on,
then it'll come
and then
back
it'll
on.
come back
So,
on. So
yeah, trees are definitely the main killer of Starlink.
yeah,
I'd say.
we haven't been anywhere yet that we haven't been able to get any signal.
We have moved once.
Yeah.
It was a free.
We had a
camp.
whole line of trees to the left of us, and they were quite high, and the Starlink just couldn't get over it. So we had to go on the other side of the actual.
Yeah, because the Starlink likes to point south. So if south's blocked, then it kind of struggles a lot more. But yeah, we only had that once, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah, and we actually had another spot at Pemberton, and we were in full forest trees, and there was pretty much one gap, and we had internet the whole time.
And it just got through.
Oh, it was
Thank
crazy.
you, Elon Musk.
Yeah, so that was pretty good, but yeah.
It's luck of the draw, isn't
Yeah.
it? But I mean,
It doesn't like trees. That's just
doesn't like trees. Right, so another big con is obviously the price. It is the most expensive internet ever, I reckon. I don't know, but it's bloody up
not
there.
sure. There is other ones out. I don't know if they're more expensive, but
But it's very expensive.
Yeah, it is.
When we got it in October, it was like $1,000 for the hardware. At the moment, we looked this morning, and it is $599 instead of $924 for the hardware.
for the roaming.
Yes, for
It's
the roaming.
now called roaming, not RV.
Yeah.
Just in case anyone wants to know that.
But yeah, so the monthly payments don't ever change. It's always $174, stock standard. But they do deals here and there. So if you're wanting a deal, I reckon if you don't want internet right now, kind of keep your eye out on the website.
Yeah,
and,
they've always got some kind of deal happening, haven't
yeah, a
they?
couple of months ago they had $450 for the hardware and 2 months free.
Yeah. There's always some kind of deal out there.
There's
with
always
Starlink,
a deal.
so-
Not at the $599 instead of $924.
What's it called? Hardware, sorry.
Yeah.
It's cheaper, but he flies. But yeah, but there's always a deal out there.
Yeah, but it is
Yeah.
expensive. It's a massive con. So we were paying about the $80 a month mark for Telstra, but to go into a little bit of pro here, Telstra, we were getting 50% of the time, and halfway through the month, our data would go, and we wouldn't have any data left.
Or we'd have no reception.
Yeah, so
we're paying for something we couldn't use.
no. So yes, it's double the price of Telstra, but Anyway, a con is that it's bloody expensive.
All right, so another big con that we found out is their customer service. Yeah, they're not
Bloody annoying.
even things I've read. They're not known for their customer service, and
No.
a lot of the time they're very hard to get a hold of. Starlink.
And they just don't
Yeah,
have
they
enough
probably
people
don't have enough people working
behind
for
the
them.
scenes, and it's just
Yeah, so you can we tested this before. You can ring them, which I've done before, and opt for a phone call back, but that could take between 48 hours and 72 hours. So that's a long time.
But they didn't even call you back.
Yeah, I've never been called back, which is a bit weird. So I don't know what's going on there. Or you can try and they got a support thing on the app, a support page. You can send an email with what's wrong, and they'll get back to you. I'll send a message.
Yeah.
But even that, we actually had a Starlink break on us. We'll talk about that afterwards. But it took like a week for them to get back to us.
Oh.
So Yeah,
it's just horrendous.
The customer support is not very good.
But on the pro side of the customer service is that they do hand out credits and repairs without question.
Yeah,
really.
Once you get a hold of them, they're good.
Yeah. So to go into a little bit about what happened, so we actually broke the motor.
It broke.
It broke.
Don't know if it was
broke.
us or what happened.
We don't know. We obviously packed it away.
Yeah.
We went on a pretty bad corrugated road, and then we tried to set it up when we got to our next destination, and it was.
Yeah, it wouldn't move. It's got a little motor that moves the dish around to find the satellites in the sky.
Yeah.
And so the internet still worked. We just couldn't get the best coverage because it couldn't turn.
So
which ended up being
once
the
we
motor.
finally got hold of them,
Yeah,
they were fine. They sent out a new dish, and they actually gave us a month credit
for not having proper internet. But
so anyway, but it's just getting hold of them, which is really,
sucks.
really, really bad.
Yeah. Right, so our last con on our list is definitely getting the Starlink cable into the van. There's a lot of different ways people do it, I guess.
Yeah.
We used to put it through the door, which means we had to close the door, and it kind of, bent the cable a bit.
Others do.
We can't put it through our window because even our friends, they can put it through their window because their blind can stop wherever. Whereas ours are retractable blinds, so they've got to be stuck together or they just open.
And we're not sleeping with our windows open and blinds open.
We don't usually sleep with everything open. Lee doesn't like that. Or roof hatches. Ours is really hard to. Our roof hatches don't open like that. They bloody just lift up and down. So it's very hard to get the cable in there. So yeah, that's definitely a
big one.
A big one. Trying to work out how to get your cable into the van. Our solution for this is we got an outlet put into the side of the van. It's just a power outlet that they've taken the center out of pretty much, and we pass it through that inside the van to the modem. So that's how
it's definitely cleaner. It feels like it's we're not.
It wasn't that much to do it. It was like 100. We got $100 to do it for them to cut a hole and put this power thing in. So that's definitely helped us because through the door it was getting
kind of a bit iffy, putting a cable through a door and wanting to shut it.
Yeah, so that's the con. Working out what to do with your cable because it can be annoying.
Yeah. Anyway, so they're all of our cons. We'll go on to the pros, but we've got one tricky one that we didn't know if it was a con or a pro because it's a little bit of both, and that is the cable.
The cable itself,
20 meters of cable.
Yeah.
It's a bloody con. We have a little solution for that, and we got it from Bunnings, didn't we? It was a $5.
It's a power lead. You can run your power leads up onto it.
So it's nice and clean now, whereas at the start it was kind of all of our cords
cable was everywhere.
flopping everywhere, and
knots would get stuck in it, and it was just a pain.
But the pro of having the cord is that if you are situated in a load of trees like we've talked about, you can literally run it 20 meters down the road
or anywhere,
and hopefully so
gives you options.
Bit of a pro, bit of a con.
The power lead itself.
We've actually never used that much cord yet, have we?
No, we don't take it too far.
For 6 months of having Starlink, we haven't used that much.
We pretty much found if it doesn't work on the ground, I literally just when the ute's near, I just put it up on top of the roof of the ute. And it usually helps it. So we haven't actually had to run it really far out.
We have seen a few people putting it on their caravan roof and stuff like that, but
it's too high.
We haven't actually.
We haven't needed to really.
No, we haven't actually, which is great.
So there's a few options of mounting the Starlink as well. We've seen people actually can get Bunnings. What are they called?
Don't do that motion.
Why? It's funny. You can get the pull scooper poles and a little adapter, and you can just extended in the air off your van, so to speak. We've seen some they put on the front, the back. You can get the mounts where they just sit on the roof and the Starlink base comes off, you just stick it in there. But we haven't needed that yet. We'd rather move it around. Saying that, we did have our friends get theirs run over, so you do have to be careful where you do place it. So you can obviously mount it on a pole if you want to.
We don't know much about the sizings of poles.
No, there's just I think you can get the adapter. I've seen some the other day actually, adapter from Bunnings. You just measure the dimension of your pole and you'll be able to get something from Bunnings, but we haven't needed that, so ours has been fine on the ground.
On top of the car.
I just sit on top of the roof rack.
Bob's your uncle.
If nothing's up there, it's fine, but so you can get poles and adapters and all that stuff on the Starlink side as well. So
there you go.
There you go.
All right, so let's head into the pros.
Pro time. Right, so straight into our pros. Obviously, which everyone knows, is you get internet everywhere.
Biggest pro ever.
Everywhere in Australia.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think it was only the start of the year when the top half of Australia didn't get it, but now everywhere of Australia.
Yeah.
Internet everywhere.
We had the internet on the Nullarbor. It's
massive
amazing.
Massive
Massive
pro.
pro.
Sorry. Massive
All
pro.
right, our second pro is that you can pause it, which is absolutely brilliant. So when we obviously when we're going to stop in a couple of months' time for 6 months, if we've got our own internet, so if we wanted to, we could probably pause it, and we can pause it for 6 months and then just restart it again. So you have to pause it on monthly increments, but but
we probably won't because it's so fast.
And it just works for people that want to stop, start.
Yeah,
So.
if you're not traveling all the time, you don't need it. So.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, next pro, and a massive one, unlimited data. So how good's that? Fast all the time.
Watch whatever you want, download whatever you want.
Good is it?
It's absolutely amazing.
Oh, it's so good. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Unlimited data, definitely the way to go.
Yeah, and also another one on that is sharing the connection around. Like, we'll see someone pop up next to us, and we'll happily share our password and give you our internet, because it doesn't do anything. Like, it doesn't slow down our internet.
It doesn't cost us any more money. Like,
we literally were just camped right next to our friends, and they had their Starlink on all day yesterday, and we used their Starlink all day.
They also ran out of battery this morning, so and we're ours charged. So
but yeah,
sneaky.
we didn't have ours on at all. So there was literally 8 people on the Starlink, and there was no lagging, there was no nothing. So it's bloody brilliant.
Yeah. Good to share around, which is awesome.
Share the love.
Share the love. Ready?
Let me just do your hair.
Right. So we have our new member to the video who's just woken up from his nap.
I don't think he even went to sleep.
No, he was crying for a little bit. Don't know if you could hear him crying in there. But,
was it too hot in there, mate? Hey?
Anyway, he's got his milk. He's happy now. All right, so our next pro is the upload speeds and download speeds. So we don't 100% understand all this stuff.
We're not tech savvy in the slightest.
Not with this kind of stuff. I don't really understand it, but we did a live test for you on the app.
I'll pop a little clip in here.
Leah took a video of it. That'll show you what the download speed and the upload speed is.
Yeah.
And from our understanding, it's very fast. So.
All we need to know personally is that it's fast, and it's faster than Telstra.
Yes, and it is. So we'll put the little video in, but yeah, very fast.
Very, very fast.
Let me hold you.
Let me out. Alright, so another big pro, and we've actually talked about this before in another video, is Wi-Fi calling. So it doesn't matter if you don't have Telstra or Optus or whatever network you're with, anywhere, you can use the Wi-Fi calling on the Starlink. It is
so
absolutely...
you can call and get messages.
Yeah. So you can talk to whoever you want, whenever you want.
Up at, where are we now?
14 Mile.
14 Mile Beach.
Yeah.
So and you can get reception here though, but you have to
drive
out. So
you have to go drive out and sit in a little in your car on the side of the road.
We mentioned in another video. Oh, go away, flies. We mentioned in another video that a lot of people didn't know about Wi-Fi calling. It's just a thing on your phone. Once you enable that, you can use Wi-Fi to call and get messages.
Get texts and message people,
so
and
if you didn't know that and didn't see our other video, turn that on when you got your Starlink, and you'll be able to call people, which is amazing.
Or if you don't want people to contact you, leave it off.
And just baby change.
All right, so that's all the pros. We've got a couple of topics to go through about Starlink, which weren't really pros or cons as such.
Yeah, we just thought we'd mention them.
So the first one is warranty. You get 12-month warranty for failure of products. So like we already said, they're very, very quick on just, they don't ask questions. They will give you warranty on your product if it's not working within the 12 months, which is
So ours broke, and they just said, send it back, we'll send you a new one.
Yeah.
Well, they sent us one, then we sent it back.
So really, really simple.
Really simple. Another thing we should mention is how we travel with it, I suppose. In the app, you can stow it away. There's a setting in there. You stow it, it folds it up, and we actually put it on our bunk bed that has the net around it. So it can't go anywhere. People put it under their pillows, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. You can also buy a bag from Starlink. I think it's like, I haven't looked, $300 or something. It's expensive for a padded bag, which to me, I haven't seen one, but it looks bulky as well. Probably a good idea if you want to put it on the floor, I suppose, just over those corrugated roads. But we just throw it on the middle bunk. And it can't fall out.
It doesn't move.
No, it's never moved, and it was corrugated driving in here, and it never moved, and it has the net there anyway, so it can't go anywhere anyway. But so that's how we travel with ours. And
the con is, it does actually take up the whole bed.
When
I place everything out nice and neatly.
It is big. But
literally the cord, the bottom base.
We take the base off it,
All right, so our last point is about how long it actually takes to set it up, because that's a big question.
Yeah.
Because it's not as easy as, you know, you have the Telstra Nighthawk and you press a button and leave
turn
it.
on. Yeah.
So we're going to insert a quick little video here and time it as well. So, you know, taking it from the bed, putting it through the wall, plugging it all in,
We'll do it all for
setting
you.
it up, turning it on, and how long it takes to actually get internet. So I'll insert that now.
Lastly, we just want to talk about why we actually have Starlink and would we buy Starlink again?
Would we buy it again? The reasons why we have it are quite big. Internet anywhere. We have YouTube. You know, we want to talk to family whenever, wherever we are. We don't want to be restricted with that. Kids homeschooling, ours isn't actually set online, but we do things like reading eggs as well. So
We do things that are online for that.
yeah, so it's, you know, it's just a big one. Internet anywhere. You know what? We're Wi-Fi nomads, if you want to call us that.
I watch a lot of YouTube traveling. I still,
Yeah.
even though we're traveling, I still watch traveling YouTube.
Yeah, we like having Netflix there.
Netflix. Yeah.
It's just
Because we don't watch a lot of normal telly either. So,
No, ever.
Ever. Even
No.
the footy, like I watch that on my phone.
on KO.
And I couldn't not watch the footy. So, rugby league for everyone, if there's any other state people, rugby league.
Who's with me here? Friday, Saturday nights, just
Our home now, this is our home, so
yeah.
it's not like we're on holiday. We're actually, we live in our van, so we want everything that we had at home. So,
And we love it. And I know
Yeah.
some people like going places for a week and switching off, and you can still do that, of course.
Yeah.
But for us, it's just we just love it. We love having
Sorry,
it.
I keep looking at Freddie. He's behind the camera and he's looking at me weird.
He wants to go for the camera. No,
There he goes.
no. Good boy, mate. Don't cry.
So would we buy it again?
Would you buy it again?
No.
Hell
Of
yes.
course.
Oh, it's been the best thing
Yes.
ever. Yes,
Sorry,
it's a lot of
Freddie's poking up and just looking at us. It's very funny.
It's just the best thing ever. Yes, it costs a lot of money, and
It's not cheap
it's not cheap, but
for what you get.
yeah, you know what? Any day I would rather pay $170 for Starlink, and it works all the time, or would you rather pay $80 for Telstra, and it runs out halfway
doesn't
through the
work all
month,
the time.
and you don't get coverage half the time?
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer for me. We love it.
We'd recommend it.
Recommend it.
Yeah.
We
if you can
haven't-
afford it, obviously.
Yeah, it is a big price, of course.
Yeah.
But you know, but if it's going to deliver, that's what you want to pay
Exactly
for.
right.
But I couldn't recommend it more. We've had a lot of questions that have come through about tree coverage and stuff like that. So hopefully we've answered what you all wanted to know. And if not, please just comment below. We
ask
will
any more
answer
questions. We'll
any
try to answer them.
questions. Yeah, as long as it's not about speed, because we don't know.
Yeah.
We just know it's fast, and we've shown you what we get. So we're just not tech savvy in that sort of way.
Watch your head. Here he comes.
We just know that it's fast, it delivers, it gives us internet anywhere, and
Let's Freddie watch cartoons.
yeah.
So-
It lets our kids be quiet for 10 minutes. But yeah, it's been the best investment.
100% worth it.
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
But yeah, if you have any questions, let us know. If not, thank you for watching, guys. And
see you next week.
Yeah, we'll see you next week. Bye.
See ya. Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to look like this. How cool is this place?